Well, hello, good morning. How you doing? Hopefully you've subscribed and liked and done all that stuff by now. Visited my website, put your name in the email list so you can know what crazy stuff I'm getting into and figure out what all my channels are and see if you like to go crazy like me or talk about crazy. There's a lot of crazy going on. Oh hell, back's hurting again. Finish this one and adjust. So anyway, we're going to talk about the distinguished gentleman with Eddie Murphy. Um, what they did in this movie in 1992 actually applies more today than it did then. And if you want to go be a senator, they show you exactly how. You just got to find a senator that just passed away and use his name, Thomas Jeff Johnson. Or Jeff Johnson, the name you know. So anyway, this movie is actually really funny. It's a good movie. Basically, a bunch of con artists decide they're going to go to Congress and play in the biggest con game in the world, which is exactly what it is. So it's funny. And the stuff they talk about in this thing is actually true to a certain point, or well, true to a big point. It's crazy how they actually pointed out all the problems that are going on in Washington D.C. And it's probably more true now than it was when they made this movie. There's lots of politics in this one, by the way. So if you don't like politics, I guess you shouldn't watch Eddie Murphy's play around and be funny. Now, Eddie Murphy and Jonathan Long and a couple others. Let's see. Lang Smith, Sherry Lee Ralph. We've got John Don Baker, James Govan. Oh, and there's more, probably lower down in the system. But they they do all kinds of cons. They get on to the Energy and Politics Commission, which apparently in this movie is the best place to be. It's kind of crazy how they turn politics into a comedy. Well, today it really is. I mean, imagine what this movie would look like if they were playing the President of the United States today. It'd be funny all over the place. And true at the same time. And maybe that's a good idea for Hollywood to do. Make a comedy over the president and a vice president. I know other producers have, but we can't talk about those here. So the cons go, when the cons get to Washington, D.C., they see how it works. They get the worst office in the place. As he starts making friends and gets into it, he gets conned himself a couple times, gets caught up in traffic accidents and all kinds of other problems that are going on. It really turns out to be a funny way of doing things. So it turns out to be the pretty good movie. It's worthy of 6 stars. Eddie Murphy's always never fails to deliver when he's making these movies. Yeah, some of them are serious, some of them are funny, but this one's actually funny. And I like the poster they put on there. It shows Eddie Murphy pulling the top off the White House and reaching in and pulling money out. Yeah, at the end of this movie, well, he gets a love story going on, and there's all kinds of romance in this thing. Well, not all kinds, a little bit of romance. It's really the best thing to watch because, when he gets on the committee of Power and Industry with the representative of Dick Dodge, I mean, that turns out to be one of the funniest parts of the movie because 3/4 through or towards the end of the movie, he's friends with Dick Dodge, and he they end up talking on the committee and then trying to solve a power line issue. And he stands up first time and gets himself in trouble and taken to the back room and told them to knock it off or they're going to cause him problems. Well, they didn't do that. All they did is really, what he did the next day, bring a video camera in, the old type with the cassette tape, the small cassette tape, and say he recorded it when it was just a recording for his other business, which is funny. Funny they picked that business to put in there as the one they did. I guess it's the best way to show the cons are actually cons. But it's actually kind of funny how they did it too. So, then they set the camera. He sets the camera on its side, recording. So it basically wants the sound. They didn't get a lot of video, just looking at a wall. And then Dick Dodge and his lackey, I can't remember what he is, but the guy that donates to him and buys all of his books actually goes in there with them and upset because all this is coming out in public, which is kind of funny. It's really just a way to lighten the mood in this thing. And then when he comes out, he hands the camera off to one of his friends, and they plug in the camera into the live and play it, which ends Jefferson's career in politics, but it also ends Dick Dodge's career, and they show all the corruption and all that. So the con men actually get a conscience at the end. Then, like all movies, everything goes well right off into the sunset. The romantic interest didn't work out. They talk at the park, and what's next? And they say they're going to run for the White House, President of the United States, which would be funny if Eddie Murphy actually did that. He might do better than what we got in the office now. So, this movie, they I can't believe this was 1982, so this was still a good date movie for me. I mean, I enjoyed it when it was in theaters. I took a lot of women to it all over the country because I was moving around at the time. I was never in one place for more than 8 hours or 12 hours, depending upon what time of the year it was. Anyway, so that was fun. There was lots of business trips. But anyway, this was distributed by Bona Vista Pictures, and it had Hollywood Pictures, Touchstone, Panther, and a couple others that were involved in this thing. They released it on December 4th, 1992. It ran 112 minutes, a little longer than the last one. It's an English presentation, and then they spent $150 million on it. Probably had to rent the halls or rent a place that looks like the White House or the Congress building, and I don't know if Congress still looks that way. Haven't been there in a while. And they made at the box office $86 million. So I kind of do recommend that you go watch this because it's a good comedy. Like I said, Eddie Murphy never seems to disappoint when he's got a movie. I mean, he does have some bad ones out there when he first started, but all actors do. Now, we got to remember, these are just movies. They're just entertainment. So, this should meet your entertainment needs if you want to sit down and watch a movie for date night or just wasting time because you have nothing better to do. It's what I do with it. I waste time, nothing better to do, especially after a long day. I want to relax somehow. Get away from the office and all their games and politics. Anyway, so we'll see you on the next one. That's either a month away or a week or a day away or a week away and a day away. But either way, we'll see you when we on the next movie. Take care and be safe, and we'll see you later.